Kevin Taylar is so powerful. Say media no nyina esuru Kevin Taylar. There was this news when Kevin Taylar about Ghana and national security the negotiate, and it started from Paul Adomochere. Paul Adomochere dedicated the whole Metro TV, national television, purposely for Kevin Taylar. Almost say when you make these admissions, it just say Kevin Taylar is more powerful than you. It means he's more powerful than Ghana media. That is something Ghanaians and some of them, the media now, they need to learn. Because look at where Kevin Taylar started from. Very simple man, producing his content, but assembly or Baka Ghana piano, it ends up being true. Assembly or ordinary tickers, assembly adiwe kwa we kwa ebeba se enokre. Okasa adiwe si ebeba enokre. Paul Adomochi the motemanum, you people couldn't do adia Kevin Taylar at one person no. And then they think that when they use Kevin Taylor's name, a bit more news are called. Would they enter Jandam Paul Adomochere? Then I will come and present to you a prominent person in Ghana on to the Hawkwaji Sankwasa same way same.
Reaching us indicate that Mr. Sansadeli again has been flown into Ghana. You have the video of the house and all that. Okay. He's been flown into Ghana. Now this Sansadeli is the one who brought Miss Sansadeli to Ghana, the fake doctor, who says we shouldn't say she's a criminal. He said we shouldn't say that because no court has said that. She wrote some letters to Metro TV and she's not a criminal or something like that. Okay. Mr. Sansadeli is the one who brought this guy. Now, Sansadeli has been flown into Ghana a while ago. He is reported at the airport when he arrived, and this is what we have been told. We believe, we hope it's not true. We just hope it's not true. He arrived as Kevin Taylar. He went through gate 19. Gate 19 at the airport is reserved ordinarily for high-profile diplomats. So President Kufuor is abroad now. When President Kufuor is coming back, he'll go through gate 19. If a high-profile state official travels, say the Honorable Mike Hammer, those who are not maybe inside governments, all of those people, they all go through gate 19. That's the gate reserved for high-profile officials. He was met by national security in gross violation. These national security people. And we are getting this information from people. I mean, in gross violation of a court order of a bench warrant. Ministers may or may not be aware. President may or may not be aware. He has arrived in Ghana in gross violation of a court order. The court order was against contempt of court. He spoke certain things in which the court believed was scandalizing the court. Kweku Bako and Haruna Atta went to prison for saying things that the court thought was scandalizing the court. This guy sits in America, scandalizes the court in the name of politics. A bench warrant is issued. His party is in power. So the state security apparatus, sponsored by the taxpayer, goes to pick the guy.
How he started everything. Say Kevin Taylar to America and then scandalizes the court. Now I say obi scandalize the court. I hope Paul Adomochere who would humanity say now can the court say wabagana. Your national security according to you no say ye Kevin Taylar chena that's wabagana. National security na say cheno. And you Paul Adomochere na say okaka national security for say Kevin Taylar bagana into the yancheno. And now when the country was a court to issue bench warrant automatically no who shall no be able to make cheno. Wow, these kind of journalists, so-called journalists, the way they do things, a man to say, "Eye clear and libre," and no more. You could see from Paul Adomochere the way he dedicated this particular show to Kevin Taylar. He say, "Oh, yeah, dear Osuro Kevin Taylar," and he is trying to match him, but where they are, emfa. Let's continue and listen to things he said. Being a teacher, it was rather Paul Adomochere who started it. And also, then I will send you to Parliament. You're a member of Parliament. He stupidly also followed them.
Guy who has scandalized one of the most important institutions of democracy, the courts, and they bring him in. You have not even heard the worst. The worst is that they send him. He came by United Airlines, according to the story. United Airlines flight UA996 from Washington, D.C. And he came with an entourage.
They know, say, most American passengers at the United Airlines and the Bagana. So they picked picked an airline, a basic Ghana on a particular day, and a far airline and number keke. And then they are trying to fool their followers, thinking that Kevin Taylar not is our flight in them. Well, how a cheap journalists they do things. Or what tie? I beg in national television. So over the Nimasma can, Unimasma Walker.
Entourage, according to the story, he came with he didn't just come, he came with an entourage. And they are up and they are so the people at the airport don't quite see people on the flight who told us. And guess what? The report is that sent him to Prestige Lake. Go and
one will say, I've taken my time for that. Is why I'm decoding the name of Okana. Or say the report is that Kevin Taylar came with an entourage. What Paul Adomochi and then now the Dango Kufado, you're more position ever airport or no. Christmas tree now the ultimate kind of you couldn't fly to bring in any entourage. You couldn't bring in any investors. So if Kevin Taylar, if it is true, assuming without admitting say it's true, say Kevin Taylar is able to bring entourage in Ghana, and then also our money panabaso. Why are you not praising him? But rather, no, you think that you can talk bad or ill against him. Say Ghana ni ba kopet me kotena baby. Et me kofa investors edo mo Ghana. Why are you not praising him? This is the kind of question I'm asking. Or them patriotism some what can ye na ye play ube hu tro Jandam pa kwa we
and live in the house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the same house that John Dramani Mahama lived in as vice president and even as president. When President Mahama was exiting his presidency in 2016, this is the house that he wrote to Nana Akufo-Addo, and Nana Akufo-Addo agreed that President Mahama can have it. Later on, party hawks prevailed on Akufo-Addo by force that President Mahama cannot have it. And so President Mahama had to relocate and find his own place where he has been living until he was re-elected as president. This house is where Aliu Mahama lived in. It's reserved, it's a cocoa board house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the house that has been given to Mr. Sansadeli and his entourage to stay in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. This guy who just finished SS2 not because he can't pay but because he can't learn. And
Jimmy, somebody sits in Ghana thinks a uko school kasi we are and unko no nim nyansa. Elon Musk dey school no koe. Mark Zuckerberg uko school do he. Do you think that Paul Adomochi na wabota ya uko low school mean nim nyansa eche Elon Musk? Well, some people they sit in the country and try to confuse their followers, thinking say brofu and oka unima de. Brofu we ojino oka. Bra Ireland be so ka brofu in brofu. Oh, we need to let people know that these useless people in a society, they don't even fit to be in a society. Because they don't even know what they are talking about. Oh, but so what you say, Kevin Taylar, what's an fear, say, my vice president now. Now, those administration, no. And yeah, we need the seat of government. I don't know we were. Or the seat of Ghana, a couple no more. Ghana, you know, presidency office, no. Now, don't mind nipa be Gina Hobenum we, baby video clip. American boy can be video clip. For I don't watch it when you're not in Ghana. Wow.
And sets up a media organization to basically drop down insults on every important Ghanaian. And because he supports and assists the political party, there's no problem with political parties supporting their own. Every political party supports their own. There's no problem. Akufo-Addo supports his own. John Mahama supports his own. Hassan Ayariga, who is in the studio, supports his own. But you cannot support your own by using taxpayers' resources to bring in somebody like that the court has scandalized. Now, he is now worried about the bench warrant. So he has filed an application at the Supreme Court. I've spoken to plenty lawyers last night and they all gave their perspective about, oh, this is arranged, oh, this one is that, this is that. And some of the lawyers said, no, the Supreme Court will never accept this. But this is very interesting. And it should be worrisome if it is true that he's
prejudicial comments. And you know how say high court at the bench warrant to be so then the panel file application with Supreme Court. Who you know lawyer for be could command a lawyer for the say Supreme Court be boss not to go prejudicial comment. You see them. Or can't what assembly now. Say Kevin Taylor insult prominent Ghanaians. Prominent Ghanaian ben Kevin Taylor didn't tell Ghana. And people no one deserves or jatem. But they just name one person. Kevin Taylor didn't tell Ghana. Nippon ain't deserves or j. Usually, me, I don't fight people's fight for them. But sometimes when a fight is becoming too stupid, I need to jump in and tell you, say, "Ooh, Jimmy." Until Paul, "Ooh, Jimmy." You person, "Oh yeah, I'm a Ghana for Casibia Kevin Taylor any problem." But I deal with why yeah. Inclusive, I don't know when
Staying in the official residence of the Vice President of Ghana. Yesterday, I texted Minister for Defense. He has not responded, Dr. Manibuama, and asked him certain questions that you are a Catholic priest, Dr. Manibuama. You are a Catholic priest. You are Minister for Defense. Who wants his child to be like this guy? Who wants his child to grow up and have an insulting tongue like this guy?
Anybody no. Peter, anybody pa akwane anybody chen na do dem kwaku fado. Hey. Oye ni break Kevin Taylor say why na person dey buy say Kevin Taylor wo na what say let's Kevin Taylor mount his stage na yemfa wunyina chen na yemka say yakoto aba e wo Metro TV studio wa na say why na beto aba mount Paul Adomochire. Well, the kind of people we live in the society. These are the so-called big men in the society. Atrokwan or tiwa wodi. Atrokwan wodi. Say defense minister SIA Catholic priest. His portfolio no nesa ubisa na ho question enye sofo oye. Professor Maikwe onye sofo. And so about the Speaker of Parliament and then Pajan Africa mun still on anti no ntimi nanti so am say of the Speaker of Parliament. I don't know what Mr. Zonko go this sofo. These are a bunch of illiterates, educated illiterates in our society.
Who wants his son to be like this guy? Who wants his daughter to be like this guy? And because of politics, you bring him to Ghana. Why, you think NDC will be in power forever? My goodness, even Kwame Nkrumah was not in power forever. Nkrumah was in power from 1951 up to 1966. Calculate how many years. It was not forever. J.J. Rawlings. Today they do June 4th and Fifi Kwete is angry that NDC didn't participate in the June 4th. The all-powerful J.J. Rawlings, he was in power from 1981 up to year 2000. It ended. How do you do these things? Why do we do these things? Somebody that has insulted everyone. You bring him to Ghana with state money and go and put him in the official residence of the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Jena Nopukwajiman appears to have her own house. She's comfortable with this. She doesn't want to move. So the Vice President's official residence is vacant. This is the same place John Mahama stayed as president. This is the same place Muhammadu Bawumia stayed until 2024. This is the same place that Aliyu Mahama stayed. This is the place where a fugitive from justice, against whom there's a bench warrant, is protected by the state apparatus to go and stay. How did we get this information? Because people who are in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. That's how these things leak all the time. People in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. They are grossly unhappy with it. So they are telling us, Charlie, give it to Good Evening Ghana. Oh, this one, give it to Okatechi. Give it to, what is this? What are our people doing? What kind of thing is this? That's the conversation. But why have they brought the guy inside again? Oh, but what is this? If the guy has a court problem, he should go to court. Why are they doing this? And they say we should send him back out. Yeah, call Good Evening Ghana and give it to him. That's how we get the information.
He thinks a Good Evening Ghana and some popular station and platform be a man for her. And so he is trying to incite people against Kevin Taylor. Also, yeah, I am far. Because what try a deal with 8 years and now them go for still you want people who went to opposition. To say NPP for say call we pan am so back campaign where mama there and them party no. I want to be any party no. Party no go. Now him say Paul started here no. It didn't end there. Or started here and new another Jandam king. Jandam hene no. Jandam no uzi omu hene nkasa ho. O hene nkasa nso e sha ase and on so baby a Paul bodru here no. And also to us, but you inti on so. On the akora koya kwaji. And they say court and krata in a sort of beto abechere. But one was a Paul Adomochere or Kateche Famo. They don't even know how court processes work. Because they on my mind is omunsu bench warrant. And she say when we should be achino. They should go back to school and learn. They have to go back and learn. Yes, a court to be a court no issue bench warrant. They say and one no. Because when a stupid man even goes to court to file a criminal proceedings against you, now say on the day of the court, no one court between issue bench warrant. And she said, we say the force and the over court war. And she said, "Men, I'm one of them Kevin Taylor mention no." I would say they are very, very stupid people, or they have decided not to learn. Me sometimes this kind of people no. Would you imagine by end or career and answer well? And I get another Jandam cancel at was if I could you at the Jeffrey Fanso.
Self-year be a Jomama, we are in the service. No, see a fan channel. Former Vice President Fio, I want to boy Yakotra, under heavy security. What kind of foolishness? Baby, I Kevin Taylor, baby, I'm a president. I want to ask second. It's more Kevin Taylor abuse, or to baby a former president Jomama, we are in the service. No, see a fan channel. I want to Nakotra. I want to Nakotra, under heavy national security. Now, Jomama, I'm saying. Na nkwasi ade we woso so na moto agidi nkwasasem sa branche we
waho they get the opportunity insult a certain president so we are kani na okasa na odi wonsako wadwuma na se nipa na adwen nya adwuma nipa na refer to abodam enti jo mama na ase bibi gige no okata chief refer to jo mama se bibi gige no then he went further to say nkwasi ade we no so a certain president and okata chief refer kan ase me chene no. A sitting president. And he is referring to John Mama as a stupid person. So, or a kwasi, and was some kwasi assembly. So, now, as an being you be big, no. I can't cast out where I can near. I do at the Jeffrey Fair can sign a so, we document look at the cherry to one. I could copy the same thing upon the much and also that because somebody gave them that fake document. Those fake documents, and somebody gave it to them. Someone jadi with a monko. Namonko can was them. Pacha wo de ti o kete chefri fa yie
Taylor chini baby I'm a president I want to ask second eti mo Kevin Taylor abuse mo or ti baby a former president Jomama we in the service no see a fan channel e ho no mo de na kwotena e ho no mo de na kwotena under heavy national security na Jomama na mse bibi giche no na nkwasi ade we wo so so na moto agidi nkwasasem sa branche we oye hwanya kwasi ase ye hwanya bola bedu ye hwanya baby Kevin Taylor under heavy national security protection. National security is what Kevin Taylor because arrest warranted and so on. Police say Kevin Taylor because arrest warranted and so on. Sa police in the urban Hawaii. Where is state? Where is state? My build this state. Where is state?
Well, who anibre anibre number 2 no. Anibre for well money breaking and now don't go kufuado anibre nkwa because you can decide say the way of money break everything but the people who are on the konto kwa what you to fight in that sabe as a Ghana and Russia ko konto kwa we they are fighting where they can lose that now Ukraine focus started Russia to kwa what when people come Ukraine and so knock out to konto Russia Kevin Taylor so kata Jeffrey fa one at the same polado che come boma you have to understand say montono. Because a single person, a catastrophe for you were once in the general media, traditional media, and you were there. Oh, yeah, me a pamo. And I'm afraid of what studio I shall. But suddenly, Kevin Taylor has been operating it for so long. I said, who's I want to know? I don't know how was that. Now, my dear Emma, some crew for me, we can't say we know. And a member of parliament. But for me, he's the most stupid member of parliament. I'm a new some member of parliament, who's I said, I've been in judgment. But I'm okay, Papa way. Fene Reverend in Team for Joe. Papa when the coca chile Ghana for you and we are singing I say John Mama mo de play be ba Ghana the same cocaine any fake currencies egumuno sa ko when the coca sa no. Okay say national security code fi no otia kai ka o se mantemu na o se toro no offering ko fi say the phone credit asa enti yama no phone yemfre afanya market so no mara sa papa we a member of parliament say Ghana we are say you can be a member of parliament and the Munyam was our position. But as NPP nko produce some members of parliament as o madwen na na do ne kai. Adwen na ye hata. Bulgaria say no NPP for.
Jimmy for party job.
Wow. So NPP for na co produce some member of parliament so it's a member of parliament no. E sore ya che obi na no okasa kwa. After the kiki osan kwotena Adom FM it says sometimes the general media in Ghana no I feel pity for these people say time as I may Ghana nipa na me tie sa nkurufo we and I'm making decisions Akofa sa revenue. Ako was always of who. As a member of parliament, Matis almost a lawyer could account with it. But him say NPP for one all lawyers as I been over from. Inti on so Jandam on Zokakwe.
What is the latest information on Saka?
Abranti,
A media person, Akofa Akwawe, Akotan him, Ebisan say, what is the latest information? Akwawe Tima latest information. So, what a minus a wide being near Juma, and a weird media person, Okofa Akwawe on bit more latest information. If I told you, question will be Sa Akwawe.
What is the latest information on Saka?
Abranti, NDC for born a party dimping for Okrum.
Why?
Kevin Taylar. A court to cry. A day contempt attorney.
Yes.
Patchino.
Yes.
A day arrest warrant attorney.
So Bagana.
Waba,
all the same thing. Paula don't watch the moon.
About Aqua said.
Nema Paula don't watch the Mocano. Almost a member of parliament is okay the same thing. A member of parliament. And so started here the same seminar Paula don't watch the Mocano. He also started the same thing about your TNE.
The official residence of the vice president arrest warrant at Waba national security for Ena Adina Bamba Abba about Aqua said the official residence of the vice president. Baby President Mahama Etna when he was vice president and even president. And baby vice president to be about Betna, you know. And the current vice president, Her Excellency. Or no, say the private residence.
Yeah.
And only vacant. A whole imagine it.
Is this information that you are privy to?
And I will give you the full information. We'll come to that.
Really?
But, yes. But I want. Oh no! If you want us to deal with it, let's zoom in. No,
but
deal with it.
But it's a serious matter, and coming from you as a ranking on.
Oh yes, you see, and it is terrible in this country. Say, Aban Biaba, not a whole chief justice, no. What washa no so say all pamono without basis. Nemono ogun anymore say apam chief justice. I say the judiciary. Nasa buying ankasa edi national security architecture. Ebebo obia wakasetia judiciary no. Wakasetia arrest warrant edane so no. Na national security for ebebo say ni pan ho ban no. A indictment on the government. A serious indictment because between justice Gertrude Arabasaki Tokunu and the Kevin Taylar. Why and the Senke Bonnie Hobby? Between Justice Araba Tokunu and NDC for Trina Bosu Gun and Mase to spite the judiciary, no, and the Kevin Taylar. What did you tune for them? What did he a soft womping for Ghana hanging at them? What did he him for them? A did penny for beer a demo Ghana? What did you want them because Obi and it don't be eternity and boldy, no, even to the extent to say, or Casa did see a judiciary court or no.
Well, Ghana is so cheap. And I must have we kunyam parliament akotana. Yeah, he or a reverend team for job. Akwa in the kotana parliament building mu. A press conference say the whole country Ghana and Ogu Ghana Nimase. And then he is saying, say, Obia the individual be attempt to no one tells here. Wow. And he told the same line of Katacha Frifa, and the Poladomoch, Utim said the same document, and our no friend also a member of parliament. The oversized responsibilities quite ultimate. These are the so-called men. I am Ghana now. Yeah, the portfolio be almost as a whole member of parliament. A buy a man a car as a more security person. Say, oh, more call we home buy. Wait, me a member of parliament. Second, the Japan because as a member of parliament, human AI for Bimona. This is a typical and clear example. Also, on numbers, Trono di Ghana, but Your Excellency John Domini Mama, I have a problem with your administration. Papa, we are seven or Kayano. How am I paja seven or Pacha seven? I die. That is why I want you the offering to go again and still lie against your administration and yourself. How am I paja? We are seven by now. At least with a 1 week imprisonment. Quananke, yeah. Or the best you answer says, I'll throw in Kubeja. But Muja free. What was I to also? Maho.
To know a issue arrest warrant to say, you find arrest, no. Emra may appear before the matchroom why he should not be in prison, you know. And a free one, old Johnny, so about Ghana beer, national security, and a bonny home by Obedru Ghana or the United Airlines and a bedru, and Richie. Obedru, you know. The flight, I have all the details. I will not even want to give the nitty-gritty details. The seats are otna, so we know. Obedru Airport, National Security for and a cofa no free tarmac. And then they found VVIP, gate 19.
Hey.
VVIP, former president to be too quiet or bar, Yadenefa. VVIP, gate 19, top diplomats, and Yadi Omofa. That was a diplomatic courtesy. And this year buying national security at the man. And then they could find one more fan yenswa, or more than a koto, the residence, official residence, Umemuha, vice president, and the Tinemon, a home, and see a day and a buying orchard. If you glorify some of these things, I will not mess me also. Memphis West being described. You are emboldening the young people, say, to be rewarded in this country. You're ready, say, ubedi dimpeni fuatem. You're crowd say, ubedi control to whether or a judge, whether or a hine, whether or a sofo, whether or a politician, whether or a businessman. Control to so gunanimas did not attempt because sa some court to crown as a court to be empa. A bino, a bebo buying. Ewa manoniu, say Ghana, even baby, I obeda crown. You barely
Ghana. That was a host who was a planting. And or tell or hear papa. And as some walking in yan or miss a question say, Unya source no way for documents which they say one pack Kevin Taylor, Ubi can picture so in Ghana, Ubi can picture national security of Pekeno, Ubi can answer video or vice president fee. Nippon miss of you. And once or tell or heno. And before.
Jimmy for party jam.
What's your PP then?
A Jimmy for party.
A Jimmy for party, the unknown yet in Dodo.
Oh, me, Jina President Kufu when you crash and Becala.
Now, Jimmy for party now, Bulgaria, also young people, Nino.
Oh, and I said, me resume Jimmy.
So what I say? And this is a quote Reverend Father here. So Okasana say we meet homemade presenter who is a unim adi. Now be sending the question. What can I not to me there? So we Jimmy. And just I need bro money break Kevin Taylor no. Minimum dear potting away mom because if a whole media house kakaraka to say Metro TV, to say Adum TV, we bet me a say now the Kevin Taylor and the program there. Admission of say papa no or born home than say more. A clear simple miss say one case man get himself mo fe and I say you mo level any Kevin Taylor. That is how I understand it. Because Adum TV any Adum radio no. We bet me a whole program say Kevin Taylor now discussing it there. Then you people have failed. It means that Kevin Taylor is more powerful than you. So you need to admit this. Because if a whole Metro TV, Good Evening Ghana, a bet me offer Kevin Taylor in that program there, an admission said the man no is more powerful than you. Yes, Minia, piano. There's me, but the man is more powerful than you. That is why you people fear to think. Because would I didn't go for Ghana. But we are a premier group. Say, they are members of parliament. She say, yeah, the mind is sick about more buying. Because all them are cut a Jeffrey Fanka or YouTube, or the on Facebook on can, or no one as them. Say, Paul, I don't want you to be to Metro TV. Many problem with him because, or no, as an dream, no person can tell a challenge or prayer and fa. I have no problem with them. Who a member of parliament? Also, I could join this and and I'm working also can do much. A member of parliament say what the evidence be about. I call we could now be asking in can say Ghana ye the cookie a baby to uncle for evidence when you be. But Mr. President and Attorney General, you should go after these people because producing fake news to disgrace a buying or say a buying a kofu be able share the house and I say the official residence of the vice president no. Good man any masse. And then let not people think say Ebia Kevin Taylor Tebruchi and I say yeah Tebruchi we are ordinary people. That be and yes I identity. And yes I identity. I don't know. I don't have much information about Kevin Taylor. But what if it happens that Kevin Taylor a diplomat as well? It is all bano. No kita diplomatic passport. And I say he came as a diplomat. Open gate man in Fanankofa. And you get 91 of befa. And I would say, a diplomat in Fanankofa, a member of parliament who do who flight and say, over get 91. Why is it say Kevin Taylor a diplomat in America? I don't know about Ghana opposite Fanankofa. And then they shouldn't think say maybe to say me ameti hey utimi ni William Munufie amakuna. It doesn't mean say me a Ghana new. Dabi, you shouldn't think like that. Because a bit of say meti hey me a EU citizen I be kita European citizenship. And all those say my blood and my family me catch me again you know. But by principle no on passport no and I say naturalization me nya Ghana ni. And they shouldn't see Kevin Taylar say oh the name Kevin Taylar or a Ghana ni akwabi or now on the street. That is what you people need to understand. Someone means there be a mistake. Yeah, I mean, we should create a law that goes against fake news because these kind of people, no, that is what they've been doing. See now, Chris, you have a call there. NP before they harbor things against Kevin Taylar. As I see almost a defeat no bomb defeat, you know. I see almost. So that is the only thing they always want to get every avenue to tarnish his image. But the message is they shouldn't think say Ghana nibi or Taiwan no. It's an ordinary person. There be your Ghanaians or Amanonia, they are diplomats. Maybe you people don't know. Prince, I'm not saying say Kevin Taylar is a diplomat, but I'm saying that it is possible because me I'm a so be any much. People think say be social media no me na me that be I have something different I'm doing. When you remember me ba my officer na be but during the day you don't find me here. It will be any man they cry me and I don't even know what Kevin Taylar also does. The only thing I know is that he comes on air live then he communicates. But aside the minimum the personal life are there all here. And that is something people need to understand. Say and you be a who on social media no any useless person there be senior Chris na mo minimum adwuma oye but senior team abre me t-shirt da obeche me t-shirt da what I say so say me if it and someone they say me kwa America na me go to senior say Chris a diplomat don't think say because oye touch me ni o free say senior okurum kwa say ba miri no e che say want me diplomat